This is the bottom of the lot. It's kind of meadow and a little bit marshy. This right here is just a little seasonal stream. You can see there's a little bit of water in it. The pond is right over there. Let me jump back over here so you can see the pond. Or they call it a little lake, but I don't know if you can see it right there. We clear out some trees here on the bottom of the lot to get a view over to the pond. There is a parcel in between this and the pond. There's two parcels. The lot line, their two lot lines join right up with ours. The one of them is a big 40-acre tract, and on the satellite, I don't see anything built on it at all. So we probably can just put in a little path right on the property line. And I don't think that the guy that owns that 40-acre tract doesn't look like he actually does anything with this. And we could get that easement snuck in. If not, then we just have to, it's just a quick walk to get to the actual access to the pond. Yeah, so it's marshy down here at the bottom. Big timber though, whoa, that's good. So plenty of stuff to build with. This 5 acres, so it's huge. You can't see the top from the bottom. All right, so marshy bottom area where all the deer and elk and everything will come and play. And I'll send screenshots of where we are on the map, but we're tucked in to the two horns of the big lake, Pond Array, not the little pond, I just showed you the actual lake that's up here. So I believe that we're going to have the best possible climate here, as we'll have, the lake will smooth out the hots and the colds. Okay, now everything that I've just come up, we're going uphill this whole time, but it's very mild. It's gonna be enough that I think it makes it fun to build stuff and to separate stuff. It's not just a completely flat, but it's not steep by any means. I mean, I think I could build out a, oh, here, this will give you an idea of. So they flattened out, completely flattened out this area here. And you can see, you wouldn't even need to retain any of this. I mean, totally flat here. This is the slope. So I'm about in the middle, pretty close to the middle of the parcel. So I walked up from right there. The pond is right there. There's a neighbor that has a house behind these thick trees here. You can't even see it. So from up here, probably wouldn't want to thin out those trees, but from down in here, you can thin out some of the trees over here and have pond views, the lake views. I keep calling it a pond. It's kind of small, but it's bigger than it's a little lake. You can call it what you want. There are utilities on this one. I mean, electric and phone. There's only a couple areas around that have natural gas, like right in town. Everybody else either uses propane or firewood. You can see there's plenty of firewood. And then it's a septic in this area. The neighbors next door have an approved septic, so there shouldn't be any problem passing in here. It's also, all the listings that we look at that already have septics installed, they always let you know if they're approved septics, because everybody just puts in septics whether or not they're improved. Water rights in Idaho are great. You don't need a permit to use groundwater, so we can drill a well. We don't have to have a water right to do it. And the way that you get a water right is by using water. So we drill a well. We can use unpermitted without applying for a permit first. You can use something like, it's a crazy number. It's thousands of gallons of water per day that you could use, which obviously we wouldn't have a way to use that much water. So I can kind of see the neighbors. You're not going to tell on the camera, but I can see, you'll think it's just a tree, but there's kind of the white tree just towards the right of the middle of my screen. There's a fence post right to the left of it. So the neighbor's house is all, let me zoom out. Neighbor's house is right back there. This is all super thick. You can't see any of that. And then the pond, I can see it with my eyes. You probably can't on the camera. There's just little spots of blue that you can see through the trees here. So this is stuff we could thin out any of this, and that is straight to the pond. I can't remember what I said about the water rights, but we can put in a well, use as much water as we want. Well depths in this area are really low. Everywhere we've been looking around Sandpoint, wells are between 20 feet and 300 feet tops. I haven't checked with any well drillers here, but in Utah, when I was checking, in order to do a 300-foot well is like $15,000. So that would probably be the max, but I don't think we're gonna be 300 feet here. They've already cut in a driveway, gravel, all the way down here. They've cleared this. They left timber. There's the electric up there. Oh, it's actually already connected and everything. We don't even have to pay connection fees. Most of these just have the transformer out on the street that you have to run power to your lot. So yeah, plenty of lumber there to build a bunch of stuff. And these trees are really good sized. And that's right there is the road that this comes in on. We're about a 2-minute drive on a dirt road. It's paved, county maintained, all the way to this private, not this driveway, the private road right there. And that private road is about 2 minutes back to the county maintained road. There's full-time people living back here, so folks take care of the snow in the winter for the short drive.